back end of the financial system that's going to be moving forward. In addition to that, this year they also made an acquisition of Hidden Road for $1.25 billion. They are a prime broker and liquidity provider. They facilitate margin. They also settle transactions and they're a wirehouse. A lot of things that are involved there. It's a pretty big deal when they made that acquisition. And this actually gives them leverage for the banking charter because there's never been a non-bank that's owned a prime brokerage. So this was kind of just, again, the next layer in the evolution of Ripple alongside what they also launched late last year, which was ROUSD, their stable coin. So in competition with USDC and Tether and a few other stable coins that are currently in the market, this is an institutional quality stablecoin. They met with the Treasury here in the US to make sure that they're abiding by and setting the highest standards when it comes to what a stable coin in the US would look like. And then obviously they made the acquisition of Standard Custody at the end of 23, which is an institutional custodian and has the license to operate there in New York as well. So the federally chartered banking license, along with the BIT license that they have there in the New York jurisdiction for Standard Custody, allows them to provide treasury services and a lot of other things that I think are going to be really, really interesting for that company over the long term. With the charter, Ripple would unify this under a federally regulated infrastructure bank, which is a big, big deal. So let's talk about Anchorage for a second. Take a step back and look at what they've already been able to accomplish and kind of how they cut the path before Ripple got here. They got their banking charter back in 2021. They're focused primarily on security and compliant custody and settlement services for institutional investors. So this is people that are running funds, wealth managers like ourselves. They have a complete side of their business that's for RIAs or registered investment advisors that provide institutional custody and other services for their clients. Their clients include banks, again, asset managers, and then even the US government holds a portion of their digital assets there. And BlackRock also moved all of their assets over to Anchorage here recently. And so they built the reputation kind of as the Fort Knox for digital assets. Their hardware security modules and the way that they've structured their proprietary blockchain and security is second to none. They have regulatory grade staking, governance, and trading infrastructure all in-house there, and it seamlessly integrates with TradFi Rails, making them the go-to solution currently in the market when somebody is looking to custody a large amount of digital assets. And that's why, again, BlackRock has moved their assets into Anchorage and why we also use them at Digital Wealth Partners. So if that's interesting to you, you're holding your assets on a cold wallet, you want to get them into something that's a bit more secure because they've appreciated substantially, please reach out to digitalwealthpartners.net and use the contact us form there. And you can, speak with an advisor and also work with us to custody your assets, have insurance, segregated bankruptcy, remote accounts, a lot of the stuff I've talked about in other videos when it comes to institutional custody. So let's get into the difference. We've got Ripple,